When we execute, there are three ways. We think, we do some actions, or we talk. These are the three ways a human express, either by thinking or by actions or by words. Thinking is the first stage, and you can do all your homework in your thoughts, in your thinking process. But when it comes to the actions or words, the output has already come out. So you need to be more careful when it comes to the actions and very, very careful when it comes to the words. Inside your head, you can think whatever you want, how much ever you want, no problem. But the moment you open up your mouth and speak, it's recorded. If your words are not right, and if your words come crisscross, the problem is every word has an emotion attached to it. Knowingly, unknowingly, from our childhood, we all are trained to add emotions to every word we use. In the Google, in the library, in the dictionaries, in the books, the words are just words. There's no emotions. You search for a meaning and the definition is given. There is no emotions. But when a human recites the words, any language, any vocabulary, any words, there is an emotion behind every word. And these emotions, the recordings for mapping between the word and the emotions, sometimes it is in deep subconscious. We don't know. If I'm trying something, if somebody says it's not possible, we take it very personally and say, how can you say it's not possible? You see that? Maybe he is giving a scientific definition, it's not possible. Maybe we have to try other way. But we add our emotion to it. Sometimes, even without thinking, our emotions comes up. Because we have already mapped or related multiple emotions with multiple words in our own dictionary. So when we hear such words, unknowingly our emotions comes out, or when we recite certain words, unknowingly or knowingly their emotions comes out. So there are two ways to solve this. Either you have to remove the emotions from the words and see the words as words, or change your vocabulary. There are two ways of doing the same thing. The first way is, if I ask people to say, please spend good amount of time for meditation. And the another way is, please invest your time into meditation. I'm sure when the moment I say invest, people are more aware. Okay, my time I'm investing. People are more interested. But the moment we say spend, we have used that word spend in multiple places, and that comes immediately when we say the spend, our expenditure comes into our head, and we think the word spend is related, that emotion that is related is we are going to lose. And the word invest, we have used in a multiple context. The moment we say the word invest, immediately what comes to our head is it is going to grow. It's safe, but actually both are same. Spend and invest. You spend good amount of time for meditation, you invest your time for meditation. In both the cases, I am going to do meditation. But we have related those words into multiple contexts. So our emotions are very much different the moment we hear the words. If we talk something and if it is annoying to others, maybe our kids or husband or wife, just try to change the vocabulary to see if things works. It has worked always for me. Suppose I ask someone, can you get me a glass of water? They may feel offended, saying, you can go and get it. Why are you asking me? Rather, if I simply conversate, I'm feeling thirsty, they will give me a helping hand. In both the cases, I'll get my water and I'm going to drink. But sometimes, jumbling the words or using a new vocabulary where others have no emotions on it works. I've seen many times when someone asks something, people say, what is that? And others keep on repeating the same sentence in the same pattern until the other guy understands. Rather, you have to change the words, jumble the words and present it in a different way so others can easily understand. So you have to play with the words. But you need to be very careful because every word is related to the emotion. Some people get highly offended the moment you say no. No is a no. But they have attached an emotion. How can you say no to me? You asked, I said. But the reaction that comes from the opposite side is totally different. If you say I'll think on that, they may be happy. But if you say no, they will be unhappy. So it can be from you, it can be from the others. Your thoughts are not Maya, and there is no karma getting created from the thoughts. Remember this. If at all, if your thoughts are creating karma, every day we will do 50,000 new karmas. So from the thought there is no karma. But from your words, there comes the karma. You write your karma depending upon your words. The Rishi Munis, they either give you vara or shapa with the words added with their emotions. Remember, the law of karma says, if you trouble someone, be it a plant, animal, human, a fish, or a bird, you have to face it. The same law of karma says, if you support other beings, you will get the support. What you give, tenfold it comes back. This is a simple law. So sometimes, I have something in my head, it has to come from my mouth. So who is the filter? Your buddhi, your intellect has to be a filter. Your words has to come out perfectly, with limitedness and on perfect timing. Suppose there is a death in your house. Someone comes and says, it's okay, death is very common. You're going to give a tight slap to him. Because that is not the moment someone talks about it. You have fallen from your bike and you have some pain in the legs. You're suffering and someone comes and says, it's all because of your karma. And you will ensure he will also get into pain. That's truth. Whatever he said is truth, but the timing is bad. So if the timing is wrong, then we screw up. If the words are used unnecessarily, we are screwed up. So the whole science of this is called art of speaking. So whatever is there, you should not come out immediately. You must have a good pause and then let it filter through your buddhi. My entire childhood, everybody abused me because of my loose tongue. I understood that later in my life. I don't know how to hold secrets. It's an open book. So I hear something, I kept saying, everybody suffers around me. That has helped me in my spirituality, but when it comes to the social life, people have all tiny secrets which they want to keep it in their chest, locked, very safe. But I open up and give it to others. That has caused a lot of trouble because of my words. I created hell for myself in my entire childhood. And with some bitter experiences, I realized that this mouth has to be ziplocked if there is no necessity. And we should not speak about others. All these things I learned with the very hard lessons. If we don't know, we must have the 100% courage to say, I don't know. I don't know anything about mudras. I'm telling you right front. Somebody asked me about Chin Mudra, Baba Mudra. I don't know. I've seen Baba Ji. I've seen Lord Shiva. I've seen my own souls. I do this meditation. That's all I know. There is no hard and fast rule that one should know everything. As we said yesterday, you know something, you implement. I know certain things. I know I have implemented those things. That's all. So if we unnecessarily speak saying whether you don't know something, but someone asks some questions, you blabber something because you don't want others to think low about you. But your answers is going to create a misery for you later because it's a misguidance to others. So the best thing is if you don't know, simply say I don't know or tell I'll get back to you on this. They'll be more happy. So words, there is a Maya in the world, but where is it? It is in the words. So be very careful about when you hear words or when you speak words. There is unnecessary emotions which we have related with every word from our subconscious mind. For certain people, the moment I speak out the word death, gone. They can't digest the word because there are too many deaths. Maybe they are afraid of the death. The word itself is scary for them. You see that? The word death, D-E-A-T-H, is just a 5-letter word. But because of certain circumstances, because of some improper understandings or some situations, they have added many emotions to that words and said, don't talk about it. You see that? Only when we sit in meditation and deep into our subconscious mind, when the energy enters there, all these recordings will vanish one by one, slowly. We know how many imperfections we have consciously. Imagine in subconscious mind how much more is there, how much more the corrections we need to do ourselves. And what is the way? The way is going within. If you go within, what has to come will come, what has to go out will automatically go. This is the pure science of meditation. Every word has an emotion and every emotion has an energy. Understand this science and have a great life.
Subscribe to my channel and click on the bell button for the latest updates.